Over 7,000 years ago, God gave us a libation. And now this divine beverage is brewed in every nation, on every continent,
except one.
from far away to near. Humanity can all agree we love this thing.
It also says that the music is
called beer! There's Budweiser from St. Louis.
Leaning out old PA.
Coors in Colorado.
We even left the USA. Lamont up in Canada, the land of ice and snow. You don't even need a cooler when it's 40 below.
Dos Equis down in Mexico, or Corona with a lime. It's such a shame, so many beers, so very little time. From Brazil to Argentina,
From Peru or Ecuador.
todos hechos su cerveza, they grant some more. Fill my glass up to the brim with that tasty brew. I drank to my health yesterday, so this one is for you. One by one we set them up, and one by one they fall. There's a million different kinds of beer, we're gonna drink them all.
What about the Middle East?
Well, that's where it all began. They say the first beer was brewed in modern-day Iran, or Lebanon, or Jordan. Well, hey, they make beer too.
Don't forget Gold Star in Israel. The Jews couldn't brew.
Oy vey.
People are used
Coors in Australia.
Or maybe called in draft. Try to keep up with the Aussies,
And you'll end up on your wow!
Fill my glass up to the brim with that tasty brew. I drank to my health yesterday, so this one is for you. One by one we set them up, and one by one they fall. There's a million different kinds of beer, we're gonna drink them all.
There's beer from Scandinavia.
Belgium, France, and Spain.
So raise your glass bottoms up and fill them up again.
That's it.
England,
Guinness,
Ireland.
and it's from the Scots.
Fine Stephens, even Weiss beer?
Reinheitsgebot! Czech Republic, Poland, Russia.
China to the east. They all make delicious beers with barley, hops, and yeast.
So have yourself a big name brew.
Or better, brew your own.
But enjoy that beer, cause one thing's clear.
You ain't drunk at home! Fill my glass up to the rim with that tasty brew. I drank to my health yesterday, so this one is for you. One by one we set them up, and one by one they fall. There's a million different kinds of beer. We're gonna drink them all!
Drink!
Cheers!
Cheers! Drink! So original. Cheers!
Slanja!
Sláinte! Don't Ireland! Sláinte from Ireland!
That's right. May the devil know you're not dead. Oh, why I screwed that one up.
But it's hard for a German to be an Irish lager.
That's right. So we'll just pay homage to Germany and say, Prost!
Prost! And may you be in hell half an hour before the devil knows you're there.
Yes, in Ireland they would appreciate that.
Okay?
L'chaim!
L'chaim! Yes, for our Jewish friends. What else we got?
Goodbye!
Goodbye! Off to Japan with Asahi and
A little over to the west of Japan, we have Russia, Nostrovia.
way far west of Japan, Nostrovia, which I keep calling Nokia because I'm stupid.
And then, wait, we have some Zulu friends.
Yes, down in Africa, Bajabule!
How do we say that?
Bajabule! What else we got? Salud! Both Spain,
Salud!
Latin America, and Italy.
Chin-chin. Whatever it was.
Bajabule.
Bajabule.
All right, that is the end of the song, and
All
we're
right.
back to
Let's
it.
kick it off now, officially.
So,
Welcome to another exciting episode of the Northwest Brewmeisters. I don't know why I say exciting. I don't know if these are really exciting. I mean, I'm excited to do it. I guess, yeah, it's exciting. Anyways, my name's Jamie.
I'm Steve.
And we are two guys from the Pacific Northwest who like beer.
Think you should too.
Yes, in fact, we know you should too. Everyone should like beer.
Everybody
If you
should
don't
like
like beer, you need therapy. Where am I sitting?
Thing these days.
Yeah, everyone
Alright.
needs therapy.
I'm going to start my timer for Stevie. So yeah, you may have noticed we're kind of already starting. We had some technical difficulties earlier, so we decided to try to compensate for some of that time and our delay getting started by starting sooner before our cameras and stuff are set up.
Yes. Well, we might do that in the future. Just start
Yeah,
with.
it helps save. We've been doing that for a lot actually. It helps save some time because what ends up happening is, we don't get done till like 8 o'clock or sometimes, and by doing this, we actually get done before 6, around 6 or 7. So sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, it makes it so that some of us can go home and go to bed on time, so we can go to work in the morning.
Yep. So we just got the fire going much sooner. We decided to start at the same time because in this case, Jamie's brewing a beer that needs to steep for 90 minutes. I'm brewing a kind of a standard 30-minute steep. 30-minute steep, 60-minute boil. He's doing a 30-minute steep, 90-minute boil. We learned last time through a little bit of accidental experimentation that
Serendipity.
that we can start at the same time and we're not vying for the same equipment at the end. Or that's why we used to stagger our start times, was because we needed the same equipment at the end. But we've kind of figured it out. Now, if we both have a 60-minute boil, then yes, we have to stagger.
Yeah, life gets.
But we've learned we don't have to stagger as much. We can stagger it a little more close to each other.
Right.
Right.
Basically, we're learning because we're humans.
Yes.
Humans can learn. What's that?
Is that what that is?
It says, how are you guys otherwise? We are good.
We're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, life is cool. Oh, Steve is now a famous rock star. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's got the sweet guitar and the licks, and he does this.
I don't lick my guitar, just so you know.
I didn't say you licked your the licks, man. I think he licks his guitar.
So what he's referring to is last night, the band I've been jamming with, we had our first little gig together. It was an open mic night at one of our local tap houses, and it turned out pretty fun. In fact, I need to see how that is. I have no idea what we sounded like out there, like if it was mixed well or enough,
It sounded okay to me.
Okay,
Of course, it's metal, so that's kind of.
here we go. Denigrate metal
No,
because it's metal.
I am not saying that. I'm just saying I don't know anything. If you're a country band, I could give you a really good critique. For a metal
Okay.
band, I was like, well, I'm good.
So yeah, that was our first gig as a band. I'd say it went pretty well. We had fun. Crowd seemed to like us, or at least they were being polite.
They liked it.
We
They
had,
asked for 2 freaking encores.
yeah,
That's not being polite. Right?
Yeah.
People who are polite are like this.
Thank you.
Well then,
Because it's supposed to be a 15-minute chunk, and then anybody can go up and get their little 50 minutes of fame. And there's other people that were performing as well, so it was nice to see everybody. But yeah, they asked for more, which surprised the heck out of all of us. Anyway, so yeah, rock star, not
total rock star. Next thing you know, he'll be wearing a nose ring and have a star tattooed on his face, and then he'll get all fat and he'll be high on heroin, and then he won't be able to brew beer anymore, and then I'll have to tell you about how he's in his depressed superstar can't deal with fame phase, and then he'll dry out, but he won't be as good, and he can't play guitar as much, so he sits around in his bathrobe unshaven, staring at the wall with his guitar in his hands, playing really bad blues, overweight.
Wow, that was
stubbly,
so oddly specific.
whitey tighties no less, stained whitey tighties. It'll be bad. It'll be, you need to stop this path right now, man.
What I was gonna say
You
was,
should play some Barry Manilow.
no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Heather, you might, I don't know this place, but you might be familiar with it because you're down in the Seattle area. We have a gig coming up in August at a place called the Shanghai Room. I don't know much about it, so I just know we're booked there on the Thursday the 8th. So, yeah. Alright. I'm already getting on the high end, not heroin high, but I'm getting on the temperature high end.
no shirt. Here come the whitey tighties.
Whitey tighty, little pea stain in the front. That's awful, man.
Steve, let's drink some beer. Never mind, man. I just can't see this. Send you a therapist. You walk around the grocery store with a cart full of wine and sweatpants and a bathrobe and a wife beater.
Where'd you that guy? Didn't he used to be in?
Seriously though, the gig was fun. It was lots of fun to watch. It was
Fun to
very
play.
cool.
I was nervous as hell, but it was fun to play. I haven't played in front of anybody since I was like 19.
What?
It was a coffee shop.
Years?
Yeah, it was a coffee shop in El Paso, Texas. It was either that or it was we played. I wasn't really in this band, but they asked me to play some songs with them. It was kind of like a battle of the bands, and we played at one of the high school auditoriums.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that was the last time I played or if it was that coffee shop. It doesn't really matter, but I was like 18, 19 years old.
That age.
And to give you some perspective, I'm 48 now, so yeah, at least 30 years ago was the last time I was on a stage.
A little bit ago.
What's funny is that guitar that you borrowed from me, that's the guitar I played back then. When I was.
Oh, really? Nice. That's an old guitar. By the way, Heather, we know it's Jade. What do you prefer? We'll call you anything you want. We'll call you late to dinner if you want.
Late to dinner.
Let's go Jade. Jade. She can play tambourine.
Well, it is
in your
her
band.
handle on here is Jade.
Yeah.
So you should,
That's a good tambourine player band. Do you play tambourine? Metal tambourine.
metal tambourine.
Well, they're all metal, actually. Actually, they're made out of wood with metal jingly things. Actually, I'm rethinking this. There's not a lot of room for tambourine in the metal world.
Probably not.
Beatles like the tambourine.
Excuse me. Right, it was tambourine and Jethro Tull.
Jethro Tull is just
70s
weird.
rock, kind of experimental rock, you know.
Yeah, well, that's definitely what it was. There was also flute in Jethro Tull. In fact, that's the main thing that Ian Anderson, thank you.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember his last name.
Oh yeah, they were definitely known for that. It's like what?
Well,
There's a flute.
you know what's crazy is number one, he brought the flute into rock and roll,
Right.
that's just insane because it's the flute. It's like
Right, it's an
thinks,
orchestral instrument, not
Yeah.
a rock and roll instrument. How dare you?
or flute's jazz.
You know, how much is jazzy? Yeah.
Horrible off that one movie with Will. What was it? Is that Anchorman where he played
I don't
jazz
remember.
flute?
I don't remember.
Not a memorable movie.
I don't watch a lot of movies these days anymore. When I was younger, I love movies, but now I'm just kind of like, other things I'm doing.
So in any case, no, not musically skilled. You don't really have to be to play the tambourine.
Sure. If you can smack something against a hand, you're good, you know?
Just pretend
Your
you're
hand.
angry at someone. Just,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know, your cat or your dog. We don't know if you have a cat or
Your
a
fish.
dog.
I don't know.
Your fish, you know,
Your chinchilla.
the guy at work. You know, just like smack, 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 smack. Good therapy. Anyhow, and then the other thing was that, did you know he was self-taught?
No,
Which
I
is
don't know.
ridiculous because the flute is like one of the most difficult instruments to self-teach yourself. Yeah, well, self-teach. Learn without a tutor or an instructor. And he did that for like decades until his daughter said, you know, Dad, you should get some lessons. Like he was already Jethro Tull.
Already doing it, okay.
Famous, millions of dollars or however much money he had, right? Well-known type deal. People knew Ian Anderson. And then he goes and gets lessons. He did. He went and got lessons.
Huh.
Crazy.